Hi everyone, welcome to episode 103 of the Army ThinkTank podcast. I am Jen.
Jess.
And how are we doing this week?
Very tired. My show's schedule is it's a thing. It exists in a space and time. So yeah, it's this week's gonna be so tiresome. And then I'm gonna have to like pump myself up at the end of the week for Saturday.
You're going Saturday?
Yeah. So Yet to Come Busan is coming out on Wednesday and Friday, Saturday. And I'm going on Saturday. I'm actually I'm gonna have a private screening with a bunch of other armies.
Nice.
Yeah, so instead of it being at night, it's gonna be at like 11 a.m. or something like that.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. They like booked the whole theater and like asked it's only gonna be armies there, so like the theater is gonna be lit. Let me tell you that for free.
For sure.
Yeah. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm also very tired for different reasons, just like stress, dealing with that like skin condition. The green card stuff is happening. I have my biometrics appointment next Monday, so I'm pretty stressed out about that. Not because it's happening, but because it is happening. It's just like a lot of things are happening at the same time. But otherwise, doing pretty good. Been going to the gym, shit. Almost done with PT. That's another thing.
Those are all good things.
Yeah, I just need it to be like 2 weeks from now because I'm gonna be on a cruise ship and that's gonna be pretty nice.
It's gonna be super fun.
That's gonna be pretty nice. But this week is like a pretty short and sweet episode for the podcast. As just said, like To Come Busan is happening, so we like first and foremost we hope that anyone that's going, you guys have a blast.
Yes.
And enjoy it for me, you guys, because I wish I could go, even though like stuff's happening, green card stuff is happening, so I can't go. But you guys enjoy it for me and have your best army moment that you can.
Yes, don't forget your army bombs. Don't forget, like,
wear your merch if you have some.
Yeah, wear like purple sweaters and merch and show up and sing and dance and have a great time. Like, yeah, obviously be respectful,
but you're not like there to watch a movie. So
no, you're there to watch a concert. So enjoy the concert. Like, yeah, yes, there is some concert etiquette, as we know. Being armies, we know that there's some concert etiquette, but in my mind, this is like it's like a secondary concert. So do the fan chants, sing your heart out, dance if you want to. Like, don't feel like you need to like hold back. Cause like, so like for permission to dance, my mom, myself, and my friend Moon, we were like singing and chanting and dancing and had our army bombs out and everything. And the rest of our theater was quiet. Like nobody was doing anything. So I'm just saying.
Just have your best army moment, you know?
Yeah, just have your best time. Just like go with your friends, or if you're not meeting friends, like meet some armies and just have a great time. That's all it is. Just have a great time.
Sorry about that. I'm really tired. But in last like vibe news, we got the Bangtan TV movie sketch, like the Jimin kind of side of the behind the scenes.
Black Label did release one from Tang's side, but this time it's Jimin, who's obviously the feature because it's on Bangtan TV. And it was really cute to see him behind the scenes. He was like so nervous, and I'm like, "You're Park Jimin. How can you be nervous?"
You've been doing this for years, but like I understand, like doing something this major with one of your like forever idols is like it'll never get old. That kind of thing, even if you're in the industry.
It's true. It just brings me back. to them like singing Tae's song like in the dressing room. I think it was like Dark and Wild era, where they're like singing in the dressing room and Yoongi's just like it's just so funny to me.
Look at them now.
Look at them now. They're like doing things. Yeah. So it's very cool to see all these kind of things. And Jimin has been like everywhere too. Like Vogue had released a couple of things.
Listen, this boy is everywhere right now.
He's everywhere. Dior released like a TikTok and an Instagram reel about like going to the Dior show with him. So yeah.
And I mean, there's also been a lot of like Yoongi stuff from like the Valentino side too.
Yes, he's got like some behind the scenes stuff. It's been a little crazy, and Louis Vuitton has been posting about Hobie. GQ Korea has been posting about them because they've been like in Paris, obviously. So
listen, what is that? Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Sorry. And you know, like Namjoon has been posting on social media, which I'm terrified about. He like changed his profile picture now. It's no longer the gray thumbnail. It's an actual picture, which is scary.
I never know with them, really.
I don't. He also posted like this cryptic Instagram story, and I was just like, what are we doing? I'm bracing myself.
It's like, help. But February is going to be like a big month.
Yes.
In terms of like releasing.
It really is. So we have yet to come Busan.
Yeah. And then we're going to have the photo folio from Hobie.
And probably Yoongi's is going to be featured like at the end of the month.
Yeah, at the end. But like we got the production film for Hobie's.
Jung Ho-suk. We need to have a conversation because no, you ain't gonna come out here in those tight ass pants and tell me what am I supposed to do with that information? Like how am I supposed to live?
I saw it and I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, he's just out here being like, damn it.
I know, right? It's just like you're trying to find the words and you just cannot.
I really love this like first concept photo we got with like the lightning and the colors on the inside, like this one right here. It's so interesting to me because it's so J-Hope. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the contrast is really there. And there's so much contrast with like the older like Hobie music with like the newer one. And
yeah.
It features that pretty well.
Yeah, it fits him so well because it's to me it's like all new Hope. Like we're getting a new side of him, which we already saw in Jack in the Box, and this is like another like layer on top of that. But I still love the fact that like he may be darker in tone, but he's always going to be that light at the end of the day. Like it's in the middle of that is like this rainbow of like light and hope. Obviously.
I mean, I also saw like this TikTok of juxtaposing like him, like a couple, I think it was in the DNA era, like the interview question of like asking what his favorite color was. And he said green because it represents hope. And now his favorite color is brown because it's more grounded and relaxing and more representative of who he is instead of having this color for other people.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. No, it's so very true. He's like definitely
character development.
Yes, I've seen such an evolution of him like throughout this entire thing. And I think Jack in the Box is really that perfect culmination of all of these things that he's been like building to and trying to find himself and refining his craft. And it's just exploding in this like beautiful way. Like he's opened Pandora's box.
Literally.
And it's open now. And there's no turning back. And I love that for him.
The way that I also see it, like we've mentioned this like over time, like on the podcast, like how with the years, how much like Yoongi seems just happier. And it's like so like flagrant when you look back at like the behind the scenes of a lot of things. Like Yoongi would be in the background, he would be less, that's still the case, but he would be like more like quiet and like doing his own thing or like sleeping in the background. And now he's just like actively like chatting, making jokes, he's laughing a lot more. And so I feel like from Hobie as well, like this evolution just kind of like it just kind of like hitting us.
Yeah.
Like in the past couple months last year.
Yeah.
And for most of them too, it's like really, really, like it's a really beautiful thing.
It really is. Yeah, because especially like right now, obviously, like with the rap line, because they're the ones who are like releasing their albums, and we've gotten like this evolution. Namjoon and Hobie specifically, because they have released their full albums already. We've seen this huge evolution between the two, and it honestly makes me more and more excited for when they come back as a group, because each one of their individual evolutions will be so strong that combined together
because I mean they have matured a lot as individuals and as 100%. A group. And I like they are actually like putting it out and like I know, like, you know me as this person, this is still a part of me, but this is who I am now.
Yeah.
And this is what brought me here.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's such a strong and powerful thing to recognize your past self and, you know, acknowledge the fact that you were like this, but now you've evolved into something different. And I feel like a lot of people, because change is hard for anybody.
Change is hard, and it's also like the fact it's kind of like accepting the fact that you're not going to be the exact same person all the time and all the time.
Letting go is like accepting
that's the hardest change.
Part. Accepting change and then letting go of those things that you can no longer fix or change or whatever.
Because there's a difference between like letting go and like forgetting something.
Yes.
Because you're not letting go and forgetting, you're letting go and remembering who you are.
Yeah, and accepting
who you were, I guess.
Yeah, you're accepting who you were, but accepting this new part of you. And I think for them, it's so important for them to have this chapter of exploring who they are, because it'll just make a more solid foundation as a group as well.
Yeah. Because they were very different from 10 years ago. I mean, they were literally
absolutely.
Like teenagers and like young adults.
Yeah.
And now they are like mid 20s to 30s.
Yeah.
And so this is like a stage of life that is completely different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I mean, we know because we're in it as well.
Yeah. Like I am a completely, you probably wouldn't even be able to recognize me when I was in my teenage 20, like from teenage to 20. Like I was a completely different person to who I am now.
I'm very like I'm similar in some ways, because like you're not like not everyone's gonna change like 90% of who they are. I'm very similar in some ways, but the way that I would like I'm still a people's pleaser, but the way that I used to do it was why was I like that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was true. Always put always other people before myself. And then I feel like a lot of people with COVID kind of realize that they gotta put themselves first sometimes. Yeah. It's like it's not bad to put others first. It's also not bad to put yourself first. It's just like finding like the right balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like us 10 years ago versus us now, very different.
Very different.
Very different.
Very different.
I don't want to think about, because I'm about to turn 26.
Yeah.
At the end of February. And I'm just like, I do not really want to think about me when I was 16.
Yeah, she was a completely different person to who I am now.
I don't want to think about it.
It's one of those things where like
I wasn't bad Or like
No.
it really wasn't that bad. It's just like in retrospect, there's a lot of things where it's like, why was I like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's always those things where you're like, why?
Like, why was I hurting myself in that way?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Or like just acknowledging the fact that like, you know,
I have the same face though. Sadly, I still had the same cheeks and shit.
That's why people don't think that I'm 30 though. Like everybody thinks I'm like 22. I'm like, no, dude, I'm 30.
But you're also kind of like a tiny human being.
I am a very tiny
human being. That surely doesn't help.
No.
Yeah,
no, it does not.
Yeah, like there are some places that didn't even ask for my ID when I asked for a drink.
Sad. Genuinely sad.
25. Anyway,
yeah, like I'm excited to see what Yoongi's is as well. I
wasn't expecting us going that way.
Me neither. That's why you come to this podcast, right? You know, I get a little craziness sprinkled in.
I'm not gonna show a photo. If you want to see that, it's somewhere on my Instagram. You can scroll if you want.
No, you will never see those photos. Let me tell you that
But I have like over 1,000 photos on my Instagram, so you'll probably never see it either.
Anyway, I am really excited to see this like final photofolio since Yoongi's is last. We'll probably get that pre-order at the end of the month. You get to die this time, which I'm excited about personally. You and Cad. And Mon, actually.
Cad is an angel and wants to get it for me for my birthday.
Cute.
I love her.
Yes. But I'm really excited to see like all of them together, like all of these books that they've started building like together. If you saw like my Instagram on our Instagram story, I got finally Jin's and Tae's. Okay, so I went to we're gonna sidetrack a little bit, but before we get into our other thing that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, today. Our main event.
Main event. But okay, so I went to a K-pop event over the weekend in Calgary, and it was like basically like a winter blue event. Let's just talk about BTS.
Nice.
There wasn't like a birthday involved or anything like that.
Oh, it's just like, why do you need a birthday to do something?
Exactly. That was my thought too. So we just had like a fun event, and so some of the Go managers that I use for like my albums and these like photofolio books and like the Love Yourself Soul thing, all of them had gathered at the exact same time. So my Namjoon collection album, my mom's Namjoon collection album, the two photofolios, Jin and Tae's, and my Love Yourself Soul DVD or Blu-ray had all come at the same time.
Nice.
So I picked them up on Saturday, and I'm so glad I brought an extra bag because it was like full to the top of just like all of the things together. And I love my Go managers. If you're listening to the podcast, I love you guys so much because it's freaking funny. Every single time I comment, I'm like, yo, me, hi. Hey, what's up?
I'm back.
You know it. You should just write my name down automatically. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like she'll contact me at some point.
Yeah. But it was a super fun event. I was only gonna go there for a couple of hours and then turned into, so the event was from 12 to 7. I got there at 12:30 and I didn't get home until 10:30 p.m.
Oh my god. What were you doing after it was supposed to end?
So it ended at 7. I helped them like clean up and stuff because they're my friends. Like it's really not a big deal. And then we all decided to go get Korean barbecue. So that's what we did right afterwards. It was so funny. I was like, I'm glad you had a good time though. Yeah, it was amazing.
Even though you were like gone for the whole day.
Yeah, well, and it was just like so such an unexpected, because like my work schedule has been absolutely crazy, and I think I needed like a day with my BTS friends to listen to music and like enjoy company. I won charades, by the way.
Nice.
So I went first with like the acting part of it. So it was all like BTS themes, so like members, music videos, that kind of stuff. The first one I got, Deshita. And I was like, oh, how am I gonna do this? Immediately, sword, and like my teammate was like, Deshita. And I was like, yes! That's it.
Do sword and then tape falling. There you go.
So good. I was like immediate. Like I only did the one move and she was like Deshita. And I was like,
sounds correct.
You are me, I am you. She's also a Jin bias, so I think we had like a mental connection.
You guys were just thinking about the mustache and the beard, you know?
The Suzu. Iconic. Anyway, yeah, it was super fun. So the same people who did that event are doing the screening, so it's gonna be
nice.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's amazing. That's really nice.
Yeah. Okay, so the main event.
Okay.
Day.
So if you guys saw our clip or our video from Sunday, we reacted to Sugar Rush Ride.
Yeah, we did.
Loved it. If you haven't seen that, it's gonna be like in the info card or like
somewhere
the description somewhere. Go and watch it because
it's funny.
Jesus Christ.
I was not expecting it. So let's go through this album, Temptation.
Yep.
Let's start with Sugar Rush Ride since we already reacted to it and we like
so we already kind of talked about it and the video and everything.
It's super interesting. I also did notice. Okay, so this is not like a dig or anything. It's just like something very interesting that I had noticed. So at one part of the song, you remember how I said it sounded familiar, but I don't know where I had heard this particular vocal line? I know where I've heard it. So the producer of Sugar Rush Ride also produces some of ENHYPEN's songs.
Ah.
Yeah, see
I was saying like some of the beat at the beginning reminds them of a Pitbull song.
Really?
Yeah, I think I had the TikTok.
What? Pitbull? What? So the one line that I'm thinking of is let me just...
I think I send it to Kat and Tanya. That's usually what happens.
Okay, so the producer who produced Drunk Dazed also produced Sugar Rush Ride. And there's like one particular part of that song, and the same with Drunk Dazed from ENHYPEN that sounds very similar. Not the exact same because the beats are a little bit different, but it's just like well, how do I explain it? It's like da 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 da. That's that part. It's exactly the same. And I was like, amazing. I can't believe it.
I'm trying to make sure it's the right one. Yeah, I found it. I'm gonna
but anyway, that's like a little like tidbit that I found very interesting. That like a lot of producers have a very they have like a signature that they attach to a lot of their like, music, because it's just, you know, it makes sense when you're producing so much music at the same time. It's like some of it is going to sound like a little bit similar. But Sugar Rush Ride as its entirety, it's amazing.
It's so good.
It's so good. And I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about the rest of the album because I have some thoughts.
First and foremost, I want to know which one is your favorite.
Okay. So I love Sugar Rush Ride. But my favorite off the album, I think, is Devil by the Window. Are you surprised?
No.
No.
Also, you know it's a full English song, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We didn't pull the magic again this time.
At first, I was like, I know all these lyrics, but why? Same. And I was like, oh, it's all in English.
We pull the magic again.
Every time.
Can you guess which one is my favorite?
Wanna Be a Rock.
Farewell Neverland.
That was gonna be my second guess. I should have guessed that.
Wanna Be a Rock is really good though.
It's really good.
I mean, it's all good. The whole thing.
It's all good. I would say, yeah, like for me, I think it's Devil by the Window, Wanna Be a Rock, Sugar Rush Ride, Farewell Neverland, Happy Fools.
Yeah, for me, it's Farewell Neverland, Sugar Rush Ride, Devil by the Window, Wanna Be a Rock, and Happy Fools.
Yeah, so Happy Fools.
It's just like you gotta be like in a very specific kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's vibe. Very poppy, which I think is held together by the featured artist that they have on here. She also did the song.
She's really like a very good artist. Like
very good, like talented for sure. They did another song with her. Me or the PS5, I think was the other song that they did with her. I'm pretty sure.
It was not.
It wasn't?
Nope.
What was the other song?
PS5 was with Salem Elise, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. I listened to that song too much. No, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I think it's actually probably I think it's their first time collaborating with her.
Her voice just sounds so familiar.
They have like Salem and Koi have like very similar voices.
Yeah, they're very similar. Happy Fools, you know, it's a nice interlude in the middle of this album for sure, because it kind of like resets the tone for the next two songs that are coming.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just not my favorite. I feel like there are better TXT songs in my opinion, and better ones on this album. That's why I kind of put it in fifth, because it's still good and it's still like they're still amazing.
Yeah, I still enjoy it a lot. It's just like the other ones are better in my opinion.
The other ones are just better. Wanna Be a Rock is a very interesting song. It's
also the title itself, like tinnitus is like when your sound is kind of like your ear and your kind of like that buzzing sound.
Yeah, that like ringing or buzzing sound that you have in your ear.
And then Wanna Be a Rock. Did you see the TikTok?
I did. It's so funny.
They just realized Yoongi's old dream, yo.
It is. It's a very like interesting musically sounding song. I was really not expecting it to sound the way that it does.
Yo, apparently they took their shirt off mid-recording for that one, just to get the relaxing vibes. That's what Tay said.
Tay, why would you tell me that?
That's what Tay said, yeah.
Why would you tell me that information? I don't listen. I want to know, but I also don't want to know, because now when I listen to that song, I'm going to be picturing all of you with your shirts off, and I don't know if I can handle that. Genuinely. What the hell? No.
And apparently it's Taehyun that proposed the idea.
Yeah, of course it was.
It was like, just take your shirt off.
Of course it was. You'll feel more relaxed.
You'll feel like more at home, which means you'll feel like more relaxed.
I genuinely can't.
You'll feel like on the beach.
No. The answer to that is no. I really enjoy the vibe of that song. I'm trying to it reminds me of something, but I can't really put my finger on.
It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird comparison, but it kind of reminds me of like a Studio Ghibli sounding like soundtrack song.
Okay.
In some parts, like it has this like fluty accents to it. Mm-hmm. Like the instrumental is very interesting. I can't put my finger on like what it is, but it reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. Yeah.
I get you.
Farewell Neverland. Oof. Yeah, that's
I don't know exactly what it is that made it my favorite at least at the moment. I don't know, it just kind of like struck me, stuck with me. Mm-hmm. It just really has like that nostalgic kind of sad feeling about it.
Yes.
Which is very much how I've been feeling recently.
It's very nostalgic, and it's sad, but there's also this like undertone of like
something's coming,
finished,
yeah, exactly.
And then something is like continuing on, you know what I mean? Like it's something has finished, it's sad, but we're moving on. towards something
else. That's why it's just like the perfect way to end that EP.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, especially because there's only 5 songs on this EP.
Yeah.
So I think their like next full length album will be
like Devil by the Window was like the best way to start it, because it really gives you like that descent into madness from like Good Boy Gone Bad. Yes. And then like as we said for Sugar Rush Ride, you're like you've been through like the bad side and now you're kind of going through this high of being like liberated from it.
Yes.
And then you're just like slowly like going through and then just finishing that chapter with this like Feral Neverland.
This feels like the like 5 stages of grief.
Oh yes, it is.
Yeah. Like genuinely, it feels like 5 stages of grief in an album, with the ending being acceptance, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's something really beautiful about that, because you can, once you've accepted something, like we talked about earlier, accepting the past and then moving on from it, never forgetting it, but allowing yourself to carry on. It's a very important thing. And I think for TXT especially, because it feels like they're moving into a different chapter of their music. And to have like a short EP here that has this like really like a love letter to their past is really beautiful.
Yeah, also what I really like with like TXT's music is, as a technically like oldest Gen Z out there, like one of their like objective is to like represent this generation through their music. And that's why I feel so connected to their music and what they're portraying. And I'm not saying like other generations or like any other people cannot like connect to it, but I feel like this is like a particular like, we know like this like how this generation's been feeling kind of thing, you know? That's why I feel like very connected to their music, and like this album like hit pretty hard emotion wise.
For sure. That's why I think like musically these songs don't necessarily connect together, because it's not like they don't have the same
like the message they're portraying through it though.
But I think it still fits together because of that like comparison to like the 5 stages of grief. Like all of those are completely different.
Brilliant though.
But thank you.
I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you. But they fit together so well. Like it's connected by the main theme of what this album is trying to do. And I think like Temptation is such an interesting title for that, because it's like, you know, there's so many things you could interpret from that. Tempting fate. You're tempted by like, I don't know, like the 7 deadly sins, for example, like lust or gluttony, and there's like the anger. Whole,
like going through like you're beaten down and broken, and then like the first like ray of light, whatever that is for someone, it's just like that's the thing that's tempting you, and it's not like always a good thing.
It's not always a good thing.
Sometimes it's not. So it's
no,
really interesting, and I love this EP so much.
It's really good. It's really
it's so good. Different, but it's so good. Like the last 2 EPs, even like their last full-length album, like it's been very different from TXT, and I'm loving it.
Yes, I love the expansion.
Like I'm just like, oh my god, my words. Sorry, go ahead.
I just love this expansion of like, not just like talent, because we already know how talented they are. They are, you know, we've seen how talented they are through their music and performances and TXT. But I also think it's like a growth for them as well, because of the fact that they're like still in their like 20s. It's like a huge time for growth, and the fact that, you know, they're allowed to experiment with these different types of music and are just like trying all of these new like genres and musical tones and musicality and lyrics, and like they're just experimenting with all this stuff, and I absolutely love it. it gives us so much variety, but it's still Tomorrow by Together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, Unicare is turning 21 this year.
The boy is coming up. Let's go.
Well, like, he's born in 2002 and we're 2023, so like easy math here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
Especially since the Korean government is not going to be doing Korean age anymore.
Oh yeah. So, I don't know when that takes effect, but
sometime this year. Cool. I've heard the month somewhere. I just don't remember. I just don't remember. Oh, last side note. Did you see the news about Team Kim Sok-jin winning the talent show in the military?
Of course, because yeah, of course he would win.
Apparently, Jin taught his teammates for the talent show like some dance moves and stuff, and they won. So they all they got like a mini vacation.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I love
that. I was like, him. Of course, Team Kim Sok-jin would win.
Obviously, he's the choreo god at this point. Like, we've seen that run episode.
I really want to it's what if they did Spine Breaker, dude? Can you
listen? Men in uniforms plus men in uniforms dancing.
Spine Breaker though.
Plus or Pepsi.
Okay, artist shout out.
Artist shout outs. So
we only have one artist this week.
Yes.
From Jess.
Yes, that would be
I've been playing too much WoW.
I'm gonna butcher this. Mishua? I think is how you pronounce it. Anyway, they make pins, obviously, because I have an addiction to pins, as we all know.
The bracelets are really cute.
Yes, so cute. I love the daintiness of like especially the song ones are particularly my favorite. Like You Never Walk Alone, Young Forever.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's super cute. I'm a fan.
I like it.
It's pretty and simple. I'm such a fan.
The Soulmate ones are really cute.
Yes. Oh, such a fan. Anyway, that's my artist this week.
Songs of the week, then.
Songs of the week.
So my BTS song this week is Save Me.
Save me, save me.
Because help.
Same. Same.
And my non-BTS song is Farewell Neverland from TXT.
Of course.
Unsurprisingly.
Unsurprising. We just had a whole 20-minute conversation about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So my BTS song is Closer by our one and only Kim Namjoon. I don't know what it is about that song, but it just I have to put it on. As soon as I get to work, I have to do a couple of things while I'm waiting for offloads. And I put that song on. And it just makes me so happy because I have to start BS for work. So it just makes me so happy. And then my non-BTS song is Devil by the Window by TXT.
I can't believe we pulled another Magic situation.
I know.
With Devil by the Window.
Because
but to our defense, Magic was a lot more obvious than Devil by the Window is.
Yes. Yes. The tone of Devil by the Window sounds a lot more Korean speaking than Magic does. And I re-listened to them side by side.
The enunciation in Magic is also a lot more prominent than it is in Devil by the Window. And I mean, that is, it's part of the song. So.
Yeah. No, I listened to them both side by side and I was like, you're an idiot. Why did you ever think that this was in Korean?
Anyway, before we descend more into madness, I guess.
True.
Let's wrap this up.
Yes.
As usual, we have a new podcast episode coming out every Thursday, and a new clip coming out every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST. You can also listen to us on any app where you would listen to your podcasts on the go. If you don't want to see our faces, that's also fine. We understand.
I get it. I understand.
You can also find us on our social medias at Army Think Tank or at Army Think Tank Podcast. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. On that note, have a good week. And we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye, you guys. Enjoy Busan show concert in the theaters. Hell yeah. Love you.